Noun-determiner agreement. Introduction to the principle of the noun-determiner agreement. One of the most important English grammar principles is the noun-determiner agreement. The noun-determiner agreement means that nouns and determiners must agree in countability, how many, and specificity, which thing. To explain this idea, we first need to know the following four concepts: nouns, determiners, countability, and specificity. Nouns and determiners are called parts of speech. English has 8 parts of speech: nouns, determiners, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, and conjunctions. When words are distinguished by their roles in a sentence, they are called parts of speech. We'll learn details of these parts of speech when we learn grammar rules relating to them. Today, our focus is on nouns and determiners. Simply speaking, nouns are names of things or ideas, and determiners are little words that are placed in front of nouns to signal that nouns will follow. Articles a and the are examples of determiners. We'll learn details of noun classifications and determiner classifications in later lectures. Today, our goal is to explain why it is so important for nouns and determiners to agree on their grammar aspects. The reason is that if your native language is, like mine, Korean, or any other Asian language, the grammar requirement of noun-determiner agreement can be very strange. Specific things versus unspecific things. Now that we have some ideas of nouns and determiners, let's move on to specificity and countability. When talking about things or ideas, English grammar makes a distinction between specific and unspecific things. To talk about specific things. Specific things are things or ideas that both the speaker and listener know which ones. To talk about specific things, the definite article, the, is generally used. To the natives, the in front of a noun implies that the speaker and listener know which one. For instance, did you feed the dog? The listener knows which dog the speaker is talking about, possibly because it was introduced earlier, or it is clear by the context which dog the speaker is talking about, like their pet dog. The is used anytime the speaker expects that the listener would know exactly which one the speaker is talking about. Since the indicates a specific thing, if you use the when you are not talking about a specific thing, you are making a grammar mistake. For instance, if you want to talk about the chemical components of water in general, the following sentence is grammatically incorrect. The water is made of hydrogen and oxygen, specific. This is the correct sentence. Water is made of hydrogen and oxygen, generic. Likewise, if you do not use the when you are talking about a specific thing, you are making a grammar mistake. For this reason, the following sentence is grammatically incorrect. Water in this bottle is fine to drink. Since we are talking about specific water, water in this bottle, we need the as follows. The water in this bottle is fine to drink. There are various reasons why the speaker expects that the listener would know exactly which one the speaker is talking about. We will learn in a later lecture various reasons to use the. The main point here is that the use of the is context dependent, and since understanding the context can require some shared background knowledge, the use of the can be hard to master for non-native speakers. To talk about unspecific things. So far, it was about how to talk about specific things. Now, let's learn how to talk about unspecific things, things that we do not know exactly which one. We don't know which one because we don't care about specificity. Instead, what we care is what thing. In other words, specific identity is not the point. The point is what thing. For instance, a lion is in the building. Furniture is in the room. The speaker is saying that it is a lion, not something else, that is in the building. Also, the speaker is saying that it is furniture, not something else, that is in the room. You should have noticed that is used in front of lion, but nothing is used in front of furniture. The reason is that lion is something we can count. 1 lion, 2 lions, 3 lions, and so on. When we are talking about something that can be counted, and when there is only one thing, we need to use an indefinite article in front of the name of the thing. On the other hand, in English, furniture is viewed as uncountable. When we are talking about something that cannot be counted, we do not use determiners that indicate counting. Now that we are talking about countable things and uncountable things, it is time to talk about countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns versus uncountable nouns. To talk about unspecific things, we need to distinguish whether the unspecified thing is a countable thing or uncountable thing. Nouns that are used to talk about countable things are called countable nouns, and nouns that are used to talk about uncountable things are called uncountable nouns. This distinction is very important in English grammar, since different grammar rules apply depending on whether a noun is a countable noun or uncountable noun. For instance, uncountable nouns are always used in their singular forms and can be used without any determiners. For example, like furniture, advice is an uncountable noun. So, the following holds. I need advice. Correct. I need an advice. Incorrect. By contrast, countable nouns can be either singular or plural. Singular countable nouns can never be used alone. Singular countable nouns always need to be used with a determiner that indicates one, such as the indefinite article, a. Plural countable nouns, on the other hand, can be used without any determiners. For example, book is a countable noun. So, the following holds. I need book. Incorrect. I need a book. Correct. I need books. Correct. While some English nouns are mainly used for countable nouns, for example, lion and book, and some are used only for uncountable nouns, for example, furniture and advice, most English nouns can be used as both countable nouns and uncountable nouns, depending on what they indicate. The word iron, for example, can mean the chemical element, Fe, and the household device used to smooth away wrinkles. Used for the chemical element, iron is an uncountable noun, and used for the device, iron is a countable noun. We know which thing iron indicates through whether a determiner is used or not, or whether a plural form is used. So, for instance, the following sentences mean different ideas. I need iron, iron metal, Fe. I need an iron, one household device. I need irons, more than one household device. An anemic person might say, I need iron, to mean she needs to eat iron-rich food. A person wanting to iron his shirt might say, I need an iron. As emphasized, most English words can be used as both countable and uncountable nouns, but when they do that, their meaning changes, as exemplified with the above iron. To drive this idea home, let's consider another example. Both of the following sentences are correct. I like chickens. I like chicken. The meanings of the sentences, however, are different. Chickens, a plural form of chicken, refers to living chicken animals. So the first sentence means that I like chicken as an animal. By contrast, in the second sentence, chicken is used as an uncountable noun since it is used without any determiner. In this case, chicken indicates something uncountable and so refers to chicken meat. In some cases, however, some nouns are almost always used as countable and some as uncountable. Consider this sentence. I like dog and horse. In a society where people eat dogs and horses, the above sentence is acceptable to mean dog meat and horse meat. For Americans, however, eating dog meat or horse meat is unthinkable. For this reason, natives will automatically say that the above sentence is grammatically incorrect. To them, only the following sentence is correct. I like dogs and horses, a live dog animal and horse animal. The example reveals that whether a noun is countable or uncountable can depend on cultural norms or linguistic habits. For this reason, to learn noun countability, we need to pay attention to how nouns are used in context. For those whose native language does not distinguish nouns in terms of countable nouns and uncountable nouns, and does not distinguish between specific things or generic things, mastering the principle of noun-determiner agreement can be challenging. In the next lecture, we learn grammar aspects relating to noun classification.